Okay, we are back with another random weapon start in Brotato, and this is definitely going to be a bit of a weird one. I actually don't know if I'm going to do the whole random weapon start thing, because what's the point of doing random weapon start when the entire character revolves around this one turret in the center? You know what I mean? So I guess I could say I'm going to force myself to use the medical gun as my primary weapon. That is kind of reasonable. But if you don't know, this character basically feeds his turret materials, it gains attack speed and range, and then it scales off engineering. But its attack is not a regular turret attack, it's based on your best ranged weapon. So in this case, that would be this one that we have on equipped currently. I'll take a bit of luck. And I would like to get engineering potentially. Actually, harvesting is really good. I'll go ahead and take that. Since we started with 20 harvesting, getting even more, we'll just escalate the scaling so we can scale even more quickly. I could go for some support weapons like the sickle. That is kind of reasonable. That is one way to get around the damage modification reduction, because you can just stack up a bunch of harvesting and attack speed, and then that would actually work. I kind of want to try that since we are doing a very strange build here. As you can see, we have the medical gun, and if we really want to use the medical gun, here, let's go ahead and pick this up. I could pick up the weird ghost as well. It's a little dangerous, but we do have the medical gun, which gives you lifesteal. This is just a basic weapon, by the way, guys. It's a medical slash gun weapon, but the good thing about it is that it does give you a ton of lifesteal because it just has 40% lifesteal at tier 1, so you can heal quite a bit from using the medical gun. But that does mean that putting it on the turret is kind of losing its entire value, because like, why would you care if you have lifesteal on a turret, which is incapable of taking damage? It doesn't really do anything, right? So yeah, using the medical gun here for this random weapon starts, I think is a little strange, but you know, I think I'll commit to it. I'm gonna do a weird build, and I'll just go ahead and use sickles plus one medical gun, and that's gonna be the build. Now I could use the reflex for more attack speed. I guess that's okay. XP gain is good. The bag is really good. That'll give us some money. A bit of luck wouldn't be bad. We could also take the sharp bullet. This should be working on our turret, which would mean it's going to get some piercing from taking this sharp bullet. If it doesn't work, then I've been lied to. We're also going to want some engineering, of course. We need to get as much engineering as we can. And that'll scale up the actual base damage of the turret, because it doesn't scale with range damage, even though it's copying the medical gun. It scales with engineering. So yeah, everything's the same. It just scales with engineering. That's the only real difference. And we just need to get as much engineering as we can. And then if we want to use the sickle, I think we need to get as much harvesting as we can. So engineering, harvesting, and then we could get some attack speed. That way we can actually use our weapon as well. And like I said, we have to feed it materials. You can see at the end of the wave here in a sec, you see it kind of chomps materials and then it gets +3. That is how it works. And I'd like to get some more harvesting. Please. There we go, +8, perfect. Yeah, that is how it works. So we could feed it, but I do think it's way too early. We could take a propeller hat. We have a reduction on damage percent mods, or damage mods by 75%. So we're barely going to lose any damage for taking this, but we'll get some nice stats. We could take a medical gun, and a bit of armor wouldn't hurt, I think. The helmet is decent. The helmet is actually an interesting item, guys, because when you think about it, a tier 1 speed upgrade gives you 3% speed. A tier 1 armor upgrade gives you 1 armor. So it's actually a very inefficient item when it comes to the stats that are being exchanged. Like if you're just thinking about it as like a 1-to-1, it is very inefficient. You're losing almost the entirety of a speed upgrade for 1 armor upgrade, and they're equivalent in value almost. It's only slightly less. Wait, get all the money? Okay, it's only, ooh, I'll take that. It's only slightly max HP as well. Okay, we're getting some good stuff. Give me a second, actually. Attack speed or armor? I guess we can go for some tank stats. And then, yeah, this is only slightly, like this 1 armor is only worth slightly more than the speed, but it is very cheap, and armor is a really important stat. You can always just have a small amount of speed and not worry much, but if you have a small amount of armor, it's gonna be very noticeable in a lot of situations. Go ahead and combine you two. Pick up a weird ghost to get our free reroll. Take you. I guess I don't need to combine it, right? We can just leave it for now. Range and attack speed. This could be good. I do think I want to get more of my weapon first. This would also be quite nice. Roll again. Engineering, nice. And more luck. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I don't believe that my turret attacking heals me, correct? I'm trying to not attack. Wait, does it? Wait. Oh, no, no, that's my HP regen, right? I think that's my HP regen. Or is it my... Wait. Actually, do any of you know? Does the lifesteal from my turret apply to me? If it does, that's actually really incredible. I never knew that, if that's the case. I don't believe it is the case. I think I'm just imagining it. But I actually don't know for sure. So I'm not going to say anything, but I will say I don't believe it works. Someone can, again, correct us in the comments, you know? You can always correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. We'll take some harvesting, take the luck, take the upgrade, and perfect. This is actually perfect. So now we can do this and make a tier 4 medical gun. Obviously having one tier 4 is worse than having a bunch of tier 2s right now, or a bunch of tier 3s. But now our turret has a tier 4 medical gun. So you can see here, it scales based on this tier 4. It does have piercing +1 because of my very nice sharp bullet here. And then the other stats are exactly the same. We just need to get more engineering to make it deal more damage. And we're going to want a propeller hat. A sickle is very good. I'll roll one more time here. Dodge and harvesting, that'll also be decent. The peaceful bee is really good since we only lose 0.75 melee damage. Or sorry, we lose 75% less, so we're losing 0.25, right? Instead of losing one entire melee damage, we lose 0.25 melee damage. And this weapon doesn't even scale that much with melee damage to begin with. It's 80% melee damage scaling. The more you upgrade the sickle, the more it scales with harvesting. So we only really care about getting more harvesting, again, and more engineering. More attack speed could also be good. Eventually, I don't think we need it right away. It's probably more important that we get engineering and just make our turret do more damage. One other thing that's really important when you're playing this character, you need to pay attention if you're going to be facing an elite or horde waves. It is technically the same, but like it really matters if it's on wave 11 or if it's on wave 12. That's the important thing. I'll take some move speed. I will take the attack speed. I could have gone for harvesting, but this is okay. Go ahead and pick up both of these. We don't want this. We can't even get the melee damage. We lose luck. It's not good. Knockback also not that relevant. Go ahead and take these two. Armor and engineering is perfect. I love that. Reroll here. We could get 2 max HP from a jelly. I don't think it's that valuable. Take you. A whistle could be good so we can summon more aliens. But yeah, as I was saying a second ago, where is it? Oh yeah, so right here, we have a horde wave on wave 12, right? This is important because that means we can wait until wave 9 before we start feeding our turret, and then we'll still be able to get it to tier 3. Since it has like multiple thresholds where it moves between the tiers. If you'll notice, it looks like a tier 1 turret right now. You look here, right? It's tier 1. If we give it enough materials, you see it says 13 out of 30. Well, every +1 stat, quote unquote, it comes from feeding it 5 materials. But you don't want to feed it early, because if you feed it early, it's like you're losing more material. Since there is a kind of like rampant inflation in the game, you make more money the longer the game goes, and you also have to spend more money. But that means that feeding it later is more value. If you feed it early 5 materials out of your 40 materials, you're using a ridiculous amount, you know? Or like if you feed it 40 materials, let's say your entire wave's materials, you feed it all of it. You are losing so much money. But if you feed it 50 materials later, it gets the same amount of stats, and you're still only losing 50 materials. So you really want to hold out as long as you can. We don't need crit. Actually, wait. Oh, we can take crit because we barely lose damage %. Oh yeah, okay, nice. Oh, engineering or speed? I guess I'll go engineering. We need more damage. So basically what I'm trying to say here is the longer you can hold out on feeding it, the better. Because if you feed it later, you'll get more value for what you're doing. I think the scared sausage does apply on the turret, but it deals 1 damage. So I'm not actually sure that's very valuable. There is a trick we could do by buying one of these, but I don't think it's worth going for. Celery tea could be good next wave. More engineering is going to be nice. I don't want to take this HP regen and lose the luck. That doesn't seem amazing to me. Take a sickle, and I could take a claw tree. Yes, we're losing some stats, but we do gain more crit chance, and getting crit chance is going to be decent. Since the since the damage reduction mod on us only applies to stats with damage in the word, attack speed is fine, crit chance is fine, and harvesting are fine. So all 3 of these stats are going to be the ways that we actually end up dealing damage and ignoring our passive. And then we just have a turret in the middle of the field, right? So it's like we're playing a regular character that uses harvesting and sickles to kill enemies, but then we also have a turret that helps us out and that can scale up like technically infinitely. It does kind of have a bit of a limit on it, like you can't get the attack speed really much lower than a certain point. I don't remember the exact number. I think it might be like you can't attack more than like every 0.1 second maybe or something. It basically becomes impossible to increase its attack speed at some point is what I'm trying to say here. So it doesn't have infinite scaling, but it has pretty good scaling. Wait, we made exactly 300 materials. We get an engineering book, some attack speed, good, a toolbox. I will actually take that, and I will take the celery tea, and I will roll. Medical turret, you would be good, but not quite yet. You don't want to take the baby gecko. You got to keep in mind, you have to be attentive, right? Don't take the baby gecko. That would be a bad idea. Roll again. Pile of books is crazy good. That will apply to the turret. It does count as a turret. It's a very weird sort of item, or not, I guess it's not an item. It's a very weird feature, but like this actually counts for the turret. So if we do get that, then we can essentially give our turret the ability to crit. Also, you guys kind of suck. Can you get away from me? I'm trying not to pick up materials here, but I also don't want to get hit, of course. That's even more important, not taking damage for no reason. Okay, they're really tanky because I did take the celery tea, but I also heal a lot, so I don't think I should be in any danger as long as I keep paying attention. We just have to weave in and out like this and take out as many enemies as we can. Oh, whoops, I got hit there for no reason. I do think we're okay, right? I feel like we're okay. 15 seconds left. I'm going to feed all of the materials here on wave 9. So I'm starting on wave 9 because if I feed it all the materials now and the next wave, it should get enough to get to tier 3. It's definitely getting tier 2 here. You'll see in a second. It's going to upgrade. Yeah, look. See, it got bigger. So now the turret's bigger. It upgraded. We'll take the jelly. Engineering, nice, immediately getting a good upgrade. And we could take a pile of books, but I kind of want to take the little frog. We don't need the power immediately, so we can just do this. I could also take a metal plate, and then I'm going to want these two, so I might need to get a little bit of money. I at least want to get the pile of books, because this will help in the horde wave. This will not help until much later. Wave 15 is the first time we're going to see a boss/elite, so it's not really relevant currently. Also, like I said, yeah, I got to be a little careful. Can we just sit in the middle of the map? I really don't want to pick up materials. That's what I'm trying to do here. The only issue is it seems like that might not be possible. Maybe if I pick up some of them. So if you guys don't know, the way it works is once you have 60 materials on the ground, you can no longer spawn more additional materials. They just combine into the ones you have on the ground already. So last wave, what I did was intentionally run away from the materials so that every time I killed an enemy, they would combine with the other ones and then they wouldn't get in my way because I don't want to pick them up. I want to feed them to the turret. So yeah, I'm intentionally avoiding picking them up and they're all combining right now. At the very end of the wave, they will all fly into the turret and upgrade it, hopefully. I can actually check. So currently I need 43 more points to upgrade my turret. That'd be 43 times 5. So we need 215 materials to upgrade the turret right now. I do also need a tiny bit of money, so I'm actually going to pick some up. Okay, I have 100 plus now with harvesting. Okay, perfect. It got plus 66. It got way more than needed. So it's upgraded now. We get a metal detector. This item is insane on our character because it's essentially like no drawback. We don't even lose damage percent really. More harvesting is great. And now we can get the pile of books. Amazing. We could also take an eye patch. We could take a peacock potentially. What if I take a peacock into the horde wave? Is that crazy? Maybe a little crazy. I could take some more lifesteal, but I don't think I care much for that right now. We should be completely fine. So I can upgrade my turret some more, but you have to remember, it's gonna reach the last threshold where it gets to tier 4. That's the maximum tier, but I need another 127 points. So basically, I would have to drop more than 500 materials. I basically have to drop like 650 almost in order to upgrade it again. And so like we're obviously not going to get that before the horde wave. We just wanted to get it to tier 3. So what I could do now is just pick up all the money on the ground and then keep feeding it later. Because right now we don't need it to be any stronger. Yes, it'll gain a bit of a range. It'll gain a bit of attack speed if I feed it more. But like, is that really worth it? It's not even getting the upgrade. And if you don't know, the upgrade does make it a bit stronger, but most importantly, it gives it an additional projectile. So that's why it's shooting out 3 projectiles right now, because at tier 3, if it upgraded again, it'd shoot out 4 projectiles. That is the maximum. You can't go past tier 4, unfortunately. Maybe there's some mods for that, I don't know. But we're just playing the base game, you know? We're not doing anything too crazy today. Okay, I would like to get some of this money, I think. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick some up now. I won't pick up everything, but just get a little chunk of money. So we got plus 38, and we picked up like half of it. I don't know if I should take this. I'm gonna take it anyways. Bandana is really good. That'll give more piercing to the turret. I could take harvesting. I'm not going to be greedy. I'll take engineering, nice. That'll give damage to my turret. I could take a peacock. That seems like a terrible idea. I will take a silver bullet. A ball and chain, that could be okay, but we are kind of going for attack speed, so I'm not so sure about that. Lemonade is good for healing. A bit of range doesn't hurt. One more roll. Medical gun tier 1, we don't need that. We'd like more sickles, but we're not getting them. So yeah, we're just going to be stuck here. We did take a celery tea, so this horde wave is going to be a lot harder than it usually would. But we have a very strong turret. And you can see that here. Every time it crits, it hits for 150. If it doesn't crit, it still hits for 75. And look how quickly it's attacking. This is really good. It also has two piercing. So it attacks the original or initial enemy, and then it also pierces 2 more times on top of that. So it is really, really good right now. I'm trying to stay near the center because that makes it a lot safer for us. But it also means we're not going to be able to feed it that many materials because we're kind of picking them all up. It's okay though, it's okay. We don't need to worry too much about feeding it everything. And that is because of 2 things. One, it does kind of have diminishing returns the more you feed it, since obviously at some point you reach the edge of the map. And the turret cannot move from the center of the map, by the way. So if you give it any more range, the range is useless at some point. It only needs 1000 range to hit the entire map. The other thing is that it doesn't really gain that much attack speed the more you feed it. Okay, perfect. 300 materials, we'll take harvesting. And now we could take the peacock, so we get the bonus XP gain, crit, and dodge. This is actually pretty good. I think I'll go ahead and take that. And that also applies to the turret a little bit. This gives engineering. I don't think I care too much for it. The Shmoop is an interesting item here. Shmoopy, get in here, buddy. Okay, so we fed it to 271 out of 300. So if we feed it another 29 times 5, 145 materials, it will get to tier 4. You can see it's attacking even more quickly than last round, so it gets stronger and stronger. All we really care about at this point is making ourselves tankier. I'm trying to do a little bit of a fun build. I'm making myself like capable of actually killing enemies without the turret by playing with the sickles. But somehow I haven't really found any sickles. I mean, part of the reason I haven't found any is because I'm not really rolling very much. So I'm just sitting here with 3 tier 2 sickles for the past 12 waves. You know, I haven't really rolled much. I've been feeding my turret nonstop, but that's because I really do want to upgrade it to tier 4 before the next difficult wave. That'll be wave 15. So right now, I plan on giving it all of this lovely money here. Actually, you know what? Did I just take the peacock? I did. Okay, never mind. I need to pick everything up. I just realized I need to pick it all up because this is like gonna give bonus XP. So I'm gonna level up even more than I normally would. Look, I already leveled up twice in this wave. That is a lot of XP. Okay, I almost forgot about the peacock for a second. So yeah, I'm picking it all up. I want to get the bonus XP. I will feed it next wave. We also got 550 materials, almost 600. Wow. Go ahead and roll a little bit. I'll take a bit of lifesteal. That's okay. We don't want this. No good. Roll again. Okay. Okay, please. No melee damage. Stop giving me melee damage. I'll just take harvesting and armor's okay. Okay. We'll take Shmoop. We'll take propeller hat. Engineering, very good. Peaceful Bee, very good. Barnacle, very, very good. Well, actually not so much, huh? When you really think about it. Because the Barnacle, the issue with it is that... Oh, we don't want to lose crit chance because our turret can crit if I get more crit. More harvesting, good. Attack speed, good. We don't need more max HP, I think we're okay. Alright, let's keep going. So guys, the issue with the Barnacle, yes, it's a great item. Of course, we all know that. Barnacle, you get bonus stats when you level up. Great, amazing. But we're not leveling up very much because we're feeding our turret. Currently, our turret has how much range? 679 range. So we can feed it another... Basically, the difference between 1000 and the current range is how much we can feed it, and then you multiply by 5. So it'd be 321 times 5. That's how much more material we can feed the turret before it starts hitting the edge of the map. And you don't want to go past 1000 range on your turret, really, because then you're just wasting, you know, you're wasting the range. It's already hitting the edge of the map. Why would you need more? Yeah. So if you're in the center of the map, this also applies to your character, by the way. It's not just the turret. You only need 1000 range. If you're perfectly centered in the map, 1000 range will hit every corner of the map and every side of the map. So the other thing you could say that's true technically is you only need 2000 range and you can reach the opposite corner of the map from one corner of the map. Does that make sense? It should make sense, I hope. Okay, beautiful turret. You can see it's tier 4 now. It looks very nice and white and shiny. Or it's like white and silver, very shiny looking. I could take some more engineering, that's good. And then we do a bit of rolling, more engineering, perfect. Can I get some more engineering? I could take an eye patch. This will give it even more piercing. It does lose accuracy though, which I'm not a big fan of. Oh, ugly tooth could be okay, but I don't think we care for that right now. This could be good. A lot of engineering. I think the mouse is very good for sure because getting 10% more enemies is going to give us 10% more income, like technically. Look at the damage. Oh my god. She is getting beat up. Okay, I actually don't want her dead though. So I'm going to intentionally stand here. If you watch my videos, you know I'm doing this. If this is my first video you've ever seen, then basically this specific elite, her name is the Mother. She spawns all of these Finn aliens and chasers right here. You can see my mouse, I'm pointing a little bit. These guys that keep spawning around me, the little white ones with like the mohawks. And yeah, it's well specifically those guys. Those guys are called Finn aliens. They will spawn non-stop as long as she's alive. So I need her to be alive until as late as possible. And then she'll basically just give me a ton of extra money because I get to kill all of her minions non-stop, you know? So it's perfect. I'm going to back up into my turret in a second and then let my turret take her out. Okay, let's do it now. Before it's too late. There you go. So with a few seconds left, I walk back and then let her get guided into the turret. She doesn't get scared of the turret, you know? All right, perfect. We fed our turret a ton. We could take a torture, but I think I'll pass. I'm good. We'll take some crit chance for our turret. Good. We don't need max HP. More crit chance. Perfect. That's what I really want. I'm going to take the mouse. This will give us more enemy spawns, which means we can get more money. Anything else? The seashell. Do you apply on the turret? I actually don't remember. I'm going to take it speculatively because I actually do not remember if it applies on the turret, but we will find out in a second. Wait, turret? It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell. Wait, can you guys tell if it's applying or not? I actually cannot tell. It shoots too fast. I genuinely can't tell. I think... Wait. I see some projectiles going like only a short range. Am I crazy? Like some of them are vanishing. Like look, see that one for example? That might be the seashell. I think that might be the seashell actually. So what that tells me, also what's the range on our turret right now? 822, so we can feed it another 178 times 5. We can feed it like another 900 materials still. That's actually quite a bit. I'm down to feed it 900. Let's get it to the range cap, which will be 1000 range. But yeah, this is telling me that the seashell is activating, but it seems like the projectiles from the seashell that are triggered don't have the maximum range like the regular projectiles do. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but it looks like it to me. Nice, we got it plus 81 there. Perfect. Some damage. I don't care about that. To be honest, I really don't care. I'm going to roll here. Can I get some more crit? Perfect, 7%. And now we can take this sickle. Good. Do a little bit of rolling. A fairy, that's a lot of healing. I wouldn't mind taking that, I think. Roll again. More harvesting. You're actually too late, unfortunately. We have 200 harvesting right now, which is great. More engineering. That'll be a ton of damage for our turret. Okay, let's see how long this elite takes with the turret fully capped out like this. I wanted to just get hit by the turret non-stop, but he's kind of dashing through. Oh, he's dead. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Someone please tell me if the seashell is working. I know a lot about the game, guys, but there's certain interactions I'm not sure about, and I can't tell just from looking visually if the seashell's actually triggering or not. It seems like it might be bugged. I have no clue. It looks like it... Like, it shoots too fast. Can you even tell from looking? Like, can you really tell? Here, I'll pause a few times in case someone maybe can see it. Wait, see, like, this looks like a seashell, right? Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it is working then. It is working. Okay, I figured it out myself. Sorry, guys. There you go. So the seashell does work on the turret, but it seems kind of bugged. Because if you'll notice... Some of the projectiles are hitting like the edge of the map. Look, they're flying. Oh, look at the right side of the map. They're flying all the way out there. Some of them are stopping around this area, like where I have my mouse currently, right here. Like you can see it. So I think the seashell might be slightly bugged with the builder's turret. I don't think that makes it bad. It just means you have to be close to the turret for the seashell projectiles to actually hit the enemies. That's all it means, yeah? All right, good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, that is sick. Okay, that's actually sick. Do I even care about the fairy? Not really. I want more damage. More damage is better. Let's go for damage, guys. Crit chance, yes, that'll work on our turret. I'll take that. Another sickle. I mean, the sickle is damage. Yeah? it does deal damage, right? Technically, our turret's dealing. I wish. Oh man, now I actually wish I had that one mod that shows the damage dealt. But our turret is for sure dealing almost all the damage. But it's mostly because we're not even getting in melee range and the enemies die too quickly, so we don't need to hit them. It's like we're not even needed here somehow. It's a little bit it's a, we're getting carried basically, simply put. But I feel like we could handle enemies, a couple of enemies, you know? I mean, we don't have that much healing, maybe 8% life steal is not bad though. How much armor do we have? We have 10 armor, so we're taking 40%. I mean, we're pretty tanky, and our weapons are not that bad, you know? Like, they're okay. So I feel like we could handle some enemies if we had to. But obviously the turret is doing a perfectly good job, and it's hitting the entire map. You need another 26 times 5. So you need another 120 or 130 materials to be fully capped out on range. Yeah, anything past 1,000 range is completely unnecessary. It does not do anything. It flies off the map and goes into the abyss. So we're going to get it to 1,000 range right now, and then we're just going to pick up all the money in the final wave ourselves. All right, recycle you. 5 engineering, perfect. More damage for the turret. So yeah, now it has 1,044 range. Beautiful. We'll take a night goggles. That'll give it a ton of crit chance, which is nice. Some more engineering is good as well. We're not going to take the compass because we don't want to lose crit chance on it. And I mean, that's it. That's the entire shop. So yeah, it currently attacks every 0.23 seconds. It shoots out 4 projectiles, has 1,044 range and 2 piercing on every projectile. So it's a little bit ridiculous. It also has 1 bounce every time it attacks. And it also has the seashell, so it'll essentially shoot out 3 additional projectiles every couple of shots. It's pretty good. Yeah, you know, put very simply, pretty good turret. You know, I've seen worse. Basically, is what I'm trying to say here. Also, I don't know about you guys. I just randomly wanted to mention this. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember this show, but there is a show called House, like literally just House. It's about this like very intelligent, like genius almost doctor who solves a lot of medical situations that other people are incapable of solving. And I highly recommend you guys watch that. I don't know if you're really young, go search it up. You've probably never seen it if you're really young. So big recommendation. Oh, I need to get the money. Wait, give me the money. Give me the money. No, 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 no. I forgot about the money. Okay. Our turret just chomped all the money. Rip. I completely forgot, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I really wanted to get a damage stat, but they're not giving it to us. So I'm just gonna take this, and then I'm gonna look for something. Oh, nice, another sickle upgrade. I'll take that. Take that, yes, sir. And another one, but we can't afford it. Rip. We almost had all tier 3 sickles. No. What a sad day. Okay, well, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I guess I can roll again, actually. Let's see. We get anything? Maybe? Oh my god, another ricochet would have been insane. Okay, well, yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. That is the builder with the medical turret start. Or sorry, that's the builder with the medical gun start. And this was our final build. We ended up having 1 medical gun, which was getting copied by our turret. And we had 5 sickles. So we kind of bypassed the negative damage mod. And then we also had 229 harvesting, bunch of crew chance for our turret, 75 engineering, and a bit of tankiness, you know, some tank stats here and there. So yeah, decent. We also had a ricochet and a seashell, which were both getting applied to the turret. So this is the final builder's turret right here, 105 times 4 damage every time it attacks, and it attacked every 0.22 seconds. Plus, it had 1 bounce, 2 piercing, and the seashell, well, items, all, you know, what's the word? Like active. All passively increasing the damage on the turret itself. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's going to be the builder run, I guess. Yeah, maybe leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps, and I appreciate it. You can also click join below if you want to join my YouTube membership to support me. Okay, that's it. Let's go. Wave 20. All right, I guess we just stand near a turret and let it do its thing. I have no reason to really move from here. They're getting destroyed, guys. They're actually getting... oh, that's 1 boss. Okay, that's 2 bosses. GG. GG, guys, GG. I only dealt, let's see, 1,000, 2,000. I dealt about 4,000 damage myself. The rest of the damage was from the turret. So I think it dealt like 55,000 damage minimum. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Next time we are going to be playing the captain. Pretty interesting character. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.